Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is Riddled Corpses. It is $7.99 on the Steam store today. It is a top-down shooter with anime chicks and zombies. Seems like a great combination, right? I mean, everybody loves anime, everybody loves zombies. Well, okay, maybe not both of those, or maybe not one of those, but Riddled Corpses is a lesson in design flaw, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to first go into this upgrade stats here. Every time you do a mission, and every time you get through the game, you will earn gold. As you earn gold, you'll be able to upgrade your characters, and even buy characters. So, for example, I can buy Chloe here. But, the thing is, okay, look, I can level 1. Okay, cool. As you upgrade a character, they get more powerful. But I'm going to show you exactly where the flaw in that comes. I'm going to play a little bit of the arcade mode for you guys. I'm going to play as John. Now, before a mission, you can buy power-ups if you want to. Obviously, I don't have the gold because I spent all of it at this point. That does help a little bit, but you should be spending it on upgrades. Let's not joke around about that. You're getting maybe a single power-up use. Maybe if you're going for a long run, that would be great. But very early on, you're going to need to upgrade your character. Now, it's a twin-stick shooter. And basically, the thing is that there are no real, weapon power-ups in this game. This weapon that you're seeing him use right now is what you'll be seeing him use for the rest of the episode. That's the thing. It is very simple in its weapon mechanics. What it tries to do is spawn X amount of enemies at you, and basically you have to avoid them. That's it. That's all you really need to do. Now, that can work. That can really work in terms of the gameplay in question. However, you'll notice that I'm doing pretty well against these guys. Well, there's a reason for that, because I'm upgraded. You start the game at level 1. Level 1, nothing really falls to you in terms of, it takes a good 8 to 10 bullets to take out one zombie. At a certain point in progression with level 1, you just won't be able to progress anymore. That's the thing. The rate in which the zombies spawn and the amount of health they spawn with consistently go up with each wave. And the thing is that there'll be a portion eventually where you just get overwhelmed. Which means that, okay, you die, you are able to take whatever gold that you got in that run and go and upgrade. But you see a flaw there. The flaw being is that, notice how I started on wave 1 again. Now you're playing wave 1 with your level 10, 20, 30 character. Great. One problem. It's very easy at that point. Now, power progression is a great way to make a character feel empowered, feel like they've really grown as a character. The thing is that they need a choice in order to do that. And what do I mean by that? Well, when I mean choice, I mean, hey, I don't want to do this if I don't have to. The problem here is that it forces you to replay the section, and even if you played it 4 or 5 times and not taken a hit, you're gonna have to do it again. Which is very, very boring. You feel like there's no challenge anymore. You're wondering why you're doing it. Now, of course, you can go for perfection runs, and of course you can get hit. Now, I want to talk about the hit system in this game. So you'll notice those pink projectiles there that spawn from the coffins that get up there. Now, those will be the main focus of your problems in terms of the idea that those pink projectiles will be the bane of your existence. Why do I say that? Well, coffins can spawn anywhere on the map, no matter where any other enemy or yourself is. They can spawn right on top of you, which is a problem when you get overwhelmed. So specifically, if I have all the screen filled with zombies and then all of a sudden 2 coffins appear behind me, I have nowhere to move. Now, I have ways of dealing with it. I have, for example, my dynamite, where I can explode everyone and they all turn into gold. Now, I will say that early on, all you should be using your dynamite for is gaining gold, because of the fact that, like you saw there, every enemy turns to gold, all the small enemies at least. And that's a good way of earning gold very early on. In fact, it's probably the most efficient way of earning gold early on. Now, I haven't taken any damage yet, which is good. I'm not really focusing on this major guy, but you're starting to see the fact that the enemy AI is pretty simplistic. I mean, they basically just walk at you, for the most part. That doesn't really change. Now, you do get boss monsters. They do change things up a little bit. But as you go along here, especially in this first level, all you're doing is fighting the same guys with maybe a little bit more health, and then dealing with those projectiles from the coffins. Now, if I run into an enemy, I will take damage. And the thing is that damage is... I'll deal damage to them. So a small enemy, if I run into them, they'll usually take one hit, and then I'll take one hit. However, there doesn't seem to be an invincibility period. So run into a boss monster, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a really bad time because you're probably going to die. Like that big, huge guy with the scythe earlier, you run into him, you're dead. No, literally, you're dead. You can't really do anything else. This game is hard. I won't sugarcoat that, because again, sometimes people like those kind of games, and if you're looking for a real challenge in a twin stick shooter, this is it. Now, you have to be patient, because like I said before, even if you're one of the best, best twin stick shooter guys on the planet, you're still not going to be able to get through this game in one run, at least on the first run. Why? Well, mostly because of the fact that, again, like I said before, the fire rate that you have just doesn't stand up. And that's, again, a problem. I feel like a game, if you're skilled enough, you should be able to do it on the first or second run. Now, that's a philosophy design, but I think it's a philosophy design for a good reason. The fact is that I don't want to be repeating the same thing over and over again and not having fun with it. And unfortunately, this game doing the same thing over again isn't fun for me, and that can be the problem. You can get that variety if you add, like, let's say if they were to add, I don't know, different kind of weapons like machine gun or flamethrower or something like that to change the bullet patterns. Now that can be fun. Just use a different weapon, try something different, try a melee, for example. There is no melee in this game though. But no, this is all you do for the simplistic shooter. It just doesn't hold my attention, and I think that's, again, something that could have easily been addressed with some thought put into it. But instead, you get a game like this that is competent in what it does. The controls within the game are reasonable. There are no problems there. Like, everywhere I want to fire, perfect. The game runs at 30 FPS, which, I'd rather see it at 60, but I can understand that. And the thing is that what is good about it, it's consistent. It is solid 30 FPS the entire time. I am not seeing any, frame drops, which I would hope not, but, I've seen games like this, in particular with number of enemies on screen. All of a sudden, you start seeing little frame drops here and there, and that can be killer for a Twitch game like this. Now, I'm going to get to a boss monster here. One other power-up that I haven't showed you guys yet is the clock there. Basically, it is a time stopper, so you could reposition yourself, get yourself into a better situation. It works. I mean, it's definitely only usable in terms of when you should use it, in terms of a critical situation, like, okay, get me out of here. I need to get to a safe space. All right. We have the circus coming to town. At least that's what I call this thing. Now, I will say the music, at first, the music, I liked it, but after you replay the sections over and over again, I started to hate it, because it's really a 30-second loop for the main portion, except for this boss portion, and that was just like, okay, make it stop, please make it stop, for the love of God, make it stop. Now, you have to also understand with those enemies, right, these guys right over here, oh boy, be careful, because the hitbox on them is a little bit weird. And what do I mean by weird? Well, weird in the sense that, unfortunately, if you go towards, like, where the top of his scythe is, like anywhere close to that, you're gonna get hit. And I mean, there is not a lot of wiggle room there. That's a little bit weird to me. It's hard to get that right at times in these kind of games. Just to like, okay, it is a weird top-down perspective. Oh boy. I wish that my pause would actually pause bullets here, but I'm sort of stuck right now. Waiting for this person to go away. Come on. There we go. Okay. Whew. That could have been problematic. Alright, let's take care of this guy first. I hope she doesn't respawn him, because that would be problematic. Okay, what are you? Oh, right. You are that thing that can throw the spirit bomb at me. At least that's what I call it. Oh, yeah, okay, see? See there? I have enemies spawning right on top of me. Not really anywhere to go. I can't go right. I can't go up. I'm dead. That's where this game's ultimate flaw lies, is the fact that it's actually really comes down to the combination of the level system and the 3-hit system. You don't have enough life to really deal with that. Now, you can buy a bunch of lives as you start at the game there, but you'll feel like you're getting screwed in situations like that. How you're supposed to deal with that? I mean, you can keep on moving around, but they'll spawn anywhere. And there's no safe space. I think the designer didn't understand that. And unfortunately, because he didn't understand that, it leads to these situations where you feel like the game has sort of cheated you out of a run. Which, again, when you're doing the same thing over and over again, getting cheated out of a run really sucks. And not only really sucks, it can make you want to put the game down. And that's where I want to stop this Let's Try. There are some good things here. I like the visuals, and the controls are solid. There is some interesting elements to the game in terms of the dynamite and the gold system, but ultimately it's all undone by the lack of variety in gameplay, as well as the needed progression system causing repetition, and the sort of unfair enemy spawns. And because of all those combinations, I can't recommend this game. Now, does it have some fun parts to it? Yeah, when you do feel like the game is balanced, where your fire rate is equal to what you would expect the enemies to take, and you're sort of running for your life, but you're not always in panic, the game works. But that portion can sway very quickly back and forth from unfair to ridiculously easy. All right, this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. If you did like this first look at this game, Riddled Corpses, I do put a review on Steam. If you could, hit yes on that or no, depending on what you thought of it, that would be appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you all later. Tomorrow, for anybody who's interested, it will be the Enchanted Cave 2. I don't know if I'm doing a first impressions or a Let's Try of that yet. I may go to first impressions only because I can see that working with that format. All right, I will see you all later. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this content and want to see more of it, you may want to hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side there. And if you like this video, I've given another video that you may enjoy on the left as well. And if you missed my last video, hit the right side of the screen. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.